Alright, and welcome to my World Cup preview series. We're talking about the third team of Group G right now, Ivory Coast. They're in the group with Portugal, Brazil, and North Korea. This is considered the group of death also because Ivory Coast is in it as probably the best African team, at least on paper. They were, of course, a good African team 4 years ago when they first qualified, but they had the bad luck of getting drawn into the group of death back then as well. They were with Serbia, the Netherlands, and Argentina in one group. That was a very tough group with 4 strong teams. Now we'd have to assume that there are 3 good teams. We don't know much about North Korea, but yeah, looking at Asian teams, it should be the weak one in this group. Anyway, Ivory Coast, big game, first game against Portugal. Of course, they have to win it. And then the big question mark is DJ Drogba going to be able to play? Of course, he broke his arm in the friendly against Japan. Everybody thought he was out for the World Cup, but apparently he might be able to play. They're trying to get him fit. I think the most important game for him to play would be the one against Portugal. But he's really the heart and soul of the team. Of course, he's the captain and the main player, most famous player. And yeah, it would really be essential for him to be there. But they have other good players as well. Up front, for example, Aruna Dindan, good player. Gervinho of Lille, good player. Salomon Kalou, his teammate at Chelsea, excellent player. And of course in the midfield you've got Yaya Touré, who's a big player, and Didier Sokoa, and Sheikh Tiote, who's not bad as well, he's at Twente. And then in the back, of course, Emmanuel Eboué of Arsenal, then Kolo Touré, the brother of Yaya at Manchester City now, formerly of Arsenal. These are big players. Guy Demel of Hamburg, Artur Boca of Stuttgart. These are good players, and they've got quality in every part of the field. But if Drogba is out, that's going to be a huge loss. Personally, I would have predicted that Ivory Coast would have been the most dangerous African team before the World Cup, before the draw was made. But now that the draw is made, Portugal was a semi-finalist last time around. They've got Cristiano Ronaldo. They have a good team, experienced team. And you've got Brazil in the same group. Unfortunately for Ivory Coast, despite the fact that they're a good team, I think like in 2006, the bad luck of the draw being in the group of death again will be fatal. And I think that they're looking at third place here. But it certainly isn't impossible that they beat Portugal in the first game, with the Drogba fit especially. We'll have to wait and see. But Ivory Coast hasn't been brilliant in friendlies lately. They drew against Paraguay, that was okay. They beat Japan 2-0, but they also lost to South Korea 2-0. They've been good, but not brilliant. And if you're going to beat Portugal or do something against Brazil, you're going to need to be playing at a very high level. But Ivory Coast is, I think, easily the better team than Ghana and Nigeria, at least on paper. Although at the last African Nations Cup, Ivory Coast went out quite early. Looking at the players, I think they have the best squad, and the big difference is I think that they have world-class strikers, especially Drogba and Kalou. That's world-class. And then Yaya Touré is the guy coming in from midfield playing for Barcelona. I mean, that's world-class as well. And the other African teams kind of lack that. But yeah, the luck of the draw hasn't been kind to Ivory Coast, or Côte d'Ivoire we should say. I guess that's the international name for it. So even in English you're going to have to call them Côte d'Ivoire, I guess. But we'll have to wait and see what they are capable of. Maybe with the home advantage they'll be able to surprise us. And then, if they make it through the first round as the number 2 team in this group, they're set to face the number 1 team in Group H, which it's very, very likely that's going to be Spain. So even if Ivory Coast makes it out of this group, they're very likely to face Spain in the very next round. So they're going to have to either beat Brazil or Portugal or Spain if they want to get really far into the tournament, like a quarterfinal. So they're going to have to beat top teams from the very start to get anywhere. So it's a big challenge, and it's going to be very difficult. But we'll have to wait and see what they can do. Anyway, that's it for my analysis of Côte d'Ivoire. I'll tell you more about the games in the final prediction video, but that's it for now. Alright, thank you.